Of course, it's gotta be bots, isn't it? I'm allowed. It's gotta be bots. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 stars Laura Bailey and Shannon Woodward blame poor reviews on bots. This is such a pattern of behaviour. It's become nauseating. It's just utterly insane. But this is par for the course. We always come to expect this. And I've done a video. It was actually demonetized, so if you want to support the channel, hey, I've got a Patreon. It's linked down below in the description box, along with a GoFundMe for my movie. But I did a video where I said, look, it doesn't matter even if the reviews, that were coming in weren't from people that played it, because at the end of the day, that's still the public perception, right? It's like a movie. So if a movie gets released and it gets, no traction, right? So a good example would be Terminator Dark Fate. Terminator Dark Fate lost a substantial amount of money. Millions, in fact. It lost millions of dollars. Now, the reviews that were coming in were reasonable. They were reasonably positive. But it still lost money. Because no one wanted to watch it. Because the public perception was that it was shit. So, at least here, people are voicing their perception of it. So, it all matters. All of it matters. To say that it doesn't is just utter nonsense. Like, it's completely BS. It's that whole, like, la la la, I'm not listening, I live in my safe space, la la la. It's just like, what are you doing? It's just immature. It's just pathetic. Like, we talk about echo chambers. I mean, Jesus, that's an echo chamber, isn't it? So, let's check it out, right? This article is linked down below. In the wake of the massive wave of backlash facing The Last of Us Part 2 from fans disappointed by the game's plot, The Last of Us 2 actresses Laura Bailey and Shannon Woodward blamed the negative feedback on bots in a series of now deleted tweets. Always. After years of waiting and months of leaks revealing the game's questionable story direction, The Last of Us Part 2 finally released to the general public on June 19th, though the reception was far less than the resounding applause expected by Naughty Dog and VP Neil Druckmann. Because that's what he was expecting it to be, like, king of the hill. And it will still get Game of the Year. Of course it will. But that goes to show how shallow Game of the Year is, doesn't it? Surely. Even to the point, ladies and gents, they actually swapped out the game models of Joel in the trailers because they were flashbacks. So they made him look old, like actual deceptive, false advertisement. In the trailers, they showed old Joel interacting, and then in the game, it's young Joel, because they deceived you. But don't worry, keep sucking at the teat of Neil Druckmann. Keep sucking on that wang. As players eventually began to complete the game, many found themselves frustrated by the poor execution of the game's story, as well as its failure to develop on the first game's core gameplay in any significant way. And that tends to be the feedback, is that, hey, look, gameplay's good, but it's pretty much identical to the first one, and the story's bad, so I didn't really enjoy it. Now, the negative player impressions and reviews soon reached the ears of Bailey, who provides the motion capture and voice work for Abby, and Woodward, who portrays Dina, to which the two voice actresses responded by dismissing the fan criticism of the work. Basically, just it's bots and bot farms. So Woodward wrote, "A lot of very upset bots afoot today," while Bailey would then chime in and said, "All of the bots. So many bots." And look, can I agree that, it's kind of all bots and things like that? Look, it's not all bots. It's not all bots. None of it's all bots. This level of immediate dismissal is just, like, it never helps. It never helps. It always makes you look real bad. It makes you look real childish. I've never really understood it. And it's funny because, we talk about cancel culture and things like that. And a lot of people will say, well, you're trying to cancel it. No, I'm not trying to cancel it. All I did was talk about the leaks and give my opinion on them to people that may have otherwise wasted their money. That's not calling for it to be cancelled. That's just calling for clarity and giving my opinion. But those so many people are so quick to shut it down and say, well, it's just cancel culture. Well, by doing so, you're embracing cancel culture yourself, really. Super dumb. There's definitely a distinction between just giving criticism of something and expressing one's disdain than just going, just cancel it. You know? Completely different. Woodward then stated, the bot farms are fully activated right now. Because obviously, you know, Bailey deleted that. And then it, you know, moved on forwards and forwards. This is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, why? Why is that always the go-to? Especially these people. Like, you're not anything. You know, you're nothing in the industry. Like, you're not really anything or anybody. Now, and I don't mean you have to be somebody to voice an opinion, but I mean, like, to just disregard an entire section of fans of a game that you're hopefully going to be in the next one of, right? Well, Abby anyway. You would think to yourself, right, well, surely, ladies and gents, you would want to at least show a bit of respect to those people, just a bit of understanding, I guess. No? I don't know. Just flippant behaviour, I guess. So Bailey and Woodward have now since deleted their respective tweets. Contrary to their accusations, not all negative feedback has come from unverifiable Twitter accounts. And that's the thing. Established outlets such as Kotaku, Vice and Polygon have also offered up harsh appraisals of the game's final product, taking similar issue with the stagnating gameplay and forced attempts at eliciting player guilt. It's not just that either. The NPCs are really shit in the game. Like, they're not very good. They are pretty bad. But yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Game of the year. As of Rising, The Last of Us Part 2 holds a 95 out of 100 on Metacritic, you know, from critics on Metacritic, and 4 out of 10 score from users on the media review aggregate website Metacritic. Now, obviously, many user reviews citing their love for the first game as a basis for their disappointment in the sequel's violent attempts at subversing player expectations. Now, what I find interesting is Metacritic were actually deleting negative reviews from users, and they were stopping people from posting their reviews as well. That's a bit weird, isn't it? That's a bit weird, ladies and gents. So I did a video of the one which has now been demonetized, so you probably haven't seen it because that's how YouTube works. Demonetized video doesn't reach people. That's how it works. That's why we talk about demonetization as such a ball ache. Now, in that video, I was on the website, so I showed very clear-cut actual imagery of the reviews. Following up after that video, they started to remove them. They removed a good over 1,000 of them. It went from like 18,000 negative user reviews to something like 17 or 16,000. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Now, the use of automated bots as a scapegoat for unpopular viewpoints has become a popular tactic ever since the 2016 election of President Donald Trump, because it was falsely attributed to the use of Russian bots. Also in 2018, Star Wars The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson dismissed the negative reception towards his movie and placed blame on 10 guesses, Russian bots, citing a study that claimed that more than half of those who disliked the Dismissal basically just said that the Star Wars sequel was crap, was basically just bots, trolls, or sock puppets. Now look, this behaviour is real bad. It's a real bad look. Sony have been doing real bad things the entire time for all of this. I mean, demonetizing people, DMCA claiming people, strikes. Even so far as censoring other games, but not choosing to censor The Last of Us Part 2, graphic scenes of intercourse and things like that. You just think to yourself, like, what's going on? Where's the gain here? Because the people that, you know, they're not consumers. The people you're trying to pander to are not consumers. Now, you may get some consumers, or customers, should I say, that are, you know, going to buy this, and undoubtedly they will, because they were fans of the first one. But if you keep going down this path, those customers won't be customers for much longer. And the people that you're trying to pander to won't be customers because they don't buy stuff. Super dumb look, but I thought I'd bring you an update on this. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you are new here, do hit subscribe. Support me over on Patreon, as well as my GoFundMe for my film. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.